What happens if Earth's gravity stops working? Gravity is the invisible force that governs the cosmos, holding everything in place, from galaxies to the tiniest particles on Earth. First theorized by Sir Isaac Newton and later expanded by Albert Einstein, gravity is essential for life as we know it. On Earth, gravity ensures that we remain anchored to the surface, our atmosphere is retained, and celestial bodies move in their predictable paths. But what if this fundamental force suddenly stopped working? The idea, while purely hypothetical, opens up a realm of scientific exploration into how Earth and life itself would unravel without gravity's stabilizing influence. From disintegrating ecosystems to a collapsing atmosphere, the consequences would be catastrophic. This video takes you on a deep dive into the science behind gravity and explores the apocalyptic scenario that would unfold if Earth's gravity ceased to exist. Gravity, the force that binds everything. Gravity is a force that arises from the interaction of mass and distance. The larger the mass, the stronger the gravitational pull. On Earth, gravity results from the planet's immense mass compressing space-time around it, creating a gravitational well. This force governs everything: the orbit of the moon, the tides of the ocean, and even the trajectory of falling objects. Without gravity, these carefully orchestrated systems would fall into chaos. In physics, gravity is one of the 4 fundamental forces of the universe, alongside electromagnetism, the weak nuclear force, and the strong nuclear force. It plays a unique role because it operates on cosmic scales, binding galaxies together while shaping planetary orbits. The science behind gravity is rooted in Einstein's general theory of relativity, which describes how massive objects warp the fabric of space-time. Earth's gravity specifically maintains its atmosphere, keeps water bodies intact, and enables life to thrive. Atmospheric collapse. The Earth's atmosphere is held in place by gravity, which prevents gases from escaping into space. If gravity ceased, the air molecules in our atmosphere would no longer be pulled toward the planet. Within minutes, the atmosphere would dissipate into space, leaving Earth exposed to the vacuum of space. Without an atmosphere, there would be no oxygen to breathe, and temperatures would plummet drastically as heat escapes into the cosmos. Moreover, the absence of an atmosphere means the loss of air pressure, which is critical for sustaining life. The human body, adapted to Earth's atmospheric conditions, would face catastrophic consequences. The blood within our bodies would boil at room temperature due to the lack of external pressure. Plants, too, would perish without carbon dioxide, halting photosynthesis. The cascading effects would result in the swift extinction of all terrestrial life forms. Earth's orbit and solar dependence. Earth's orbit around the sun is a delicate balance between gravitational pull and the planet's inertia. If gravity were to stop working, this balance would collapse. The Earth would lose its tether to the sun and drift aimlessly into space. Without the sun's gravitational pull, Earth would no longer receive the steady influx of solar energy required to sustain life. Drifting into the cold expanse of the cosmos, Earth would rapidly freeze. The absence of sunlight would halt photosynthesis, leading to a collapse of the food chain. Ice would cover the planet's surface as temperatures drop to near absolute zero. The moon, which is kept in orbit by Earth's gravity, would also be set adrift, creating further instability in tidal systems. The interconnected systems that make life on Earth possible would disintegrate in the absence of this cosmic dance. Oceans and water bodies in a gravity-free world. Gravity is the force that keeps Earth's oceans, rivers, and lakes securely anchored to its surface. If gravity ceased to exist, water would no longer be confined and would start floating freely into space. Oceans, once vast reservoirs of life, would break apart into countless water droplets, forming chaotic clouds of vapor and liquid drifting aimlessly. Without gravity to drive oceanic currents, the global climate system would collapse instantly. Currents, which regulate temperature and distribute nutrients, would cease to function, leading to rapid environmental disarray. Marine life, accustomed to the pressure and density of water held by gravity, would be incapable of surviving. Aquatic ecosystems would perish, and Earth's hydrological cycle, including rainfall and evaporation, would come to an abrupt halt. Human physiology and survival challenges. Gravity plays a crucial role in shaping human physiology. Our skeletal and muscular systems are adapted to withstand the constant pull of Earth's gravity. Without this force, the human body would undergo severe changes. Bones, no longer required to support weight, would rapidly lose density, leading to conditions similar to osteoporosis. Muscles, especially in the legs and core, would weaken significantly, making movement and coordination difficult. In addition, the cardiovascular system would struggle to function properly. Gravity helps blood circulate efficiently by pulling it downward, allowing the heart to pump effectively. Without gravity, blood would redistribute unevenly, pooling in the upper body and causing swelling, vision problems, and even potential brain damage. Extended exposure to such conditions would make survival nearly impossible for humans and other terrestrial organisms. The disruption of Earth's magnetic field. Earth's gravity is closely tied to its core dynamics, which also drive the planet's magnetic field. This magnetic field acts as a protective shield, deflecting harmful solar winds and cosmic radiation. If gravity were to vanish, the internal motion of molten metals within Earth's core would stop, leading to the collapse of the magnetic field. Without this protective barrier, Earth would be bombarded by high-energy particles from the sun and beyond, stripping away the remaining traces of the atmosphere. Radiation levels would skyrocket, rendering the planet's surface uninhabitable. The loss of the magnetic field would also disrupt navigation systems, communication networks, and technological infrastructure that rely on geomagnetic stability. The breakdown of time and space perception. Gravity is intrinsically linked to the fabric of space and time. According to Einstein's general theory of relativity, gravity influences the curvature of space-time, creating the phenomenon of gravitational time dilation. If gravity ceased to exist, this intricate relationship would collapse, resulting in unpredictable distortions in the perception of time and space. On a cosmic scale, the absence of gravity would dismantle the structure of the universe. Galaxies, stars, and planetary systems are held together by gravity's binding force. Without it, celestial bodies would drift apart, unraveling the universe's carefully balanced architecture. This universal disintegration would have profound implications for the fundamental laws of physics, challenging our understanding of reality itself. Atmospheric collapse and loss of air. Gravity is essential for holding Earth's atmosphere in place. Without it, the atmosphere, a delicate layer of gases crucial for life, would rapidly dissipate into space. The air we breathe, composed of oxygen, nitrogen, and trace gases, would no longer remain bound to the planet. As the atmosphere escapes, Earth would lose its protection against harmful solar radiation and extreme temperatures. Daytime temperatures would skyrocket due to unfiltered sunlight, while nighttime temperatures would plummet, creating an uninhabitable environment. The loss of the atmosphere would also mean no air pressure, rendering breathing impossible for humans and animals. Even the water vapor in the air would evaporate, further accelerating the planet's desolation. Ecosystem and biodiversity collapse. The sudden absence of gravity would wreak havoc on Earth's ecosystems. Plants, which rely on gravity for root growth and nutrient uptake, would fail to function. Trees would no longer stand upright, and their ability to photosynthesize would be compromised. Without plants, the entire food chain would collapse, leading to a domino effect of extinction across all species. Animals adapted to terrestrial habitats would face immediate challenges. Birds and insects that rely on gravity for flight navigation would become disoriented, unable to maintain control in a gravity-free environment. Aquatic life would perish as water bodies disintegrate, and land-dwelling species would suffocate due to atmospheric loss. The intricate balance of biodiversity, built over billions of years, would be obliterated in a matter of hours. Disruption of Earth's orbit. Earth's orbit around the sun is governed by the gravitational pull between the two celestial bodies. If gravity stopped working, Earth would lose its tether to the sun and fly off into space along a straight trajectory. Without the sun's gravitational influence, Earth would no longer receive its steady supply of light and heat, plunging into eternal darkness and freezing temperatures. This detachment from the sun would disrupt the solar system's delicate balance. Other planets and celestial bodies would also drift off their orbits, leading to potential collisions and chaos. The absence of gravitational forces would dismantle the harmony of the solar system, turning it into a chaotic expanse of drifting celestial debris. The cosmic chain reaction. The absence of gravity on Earth would not just affect our planet, but could trigger a cascading effect across the universe. Gravity is the fundamental force that governs the interactions between celestial bodies. If gravity were to fail on Earth, it could signify a larger scale breakdown of gravitational forces across the cosmos. Galaxies, stars, and planetary systems depend on gravity to maintain their structure. A disruption in one part of the gravitational web could ripple across the universe, unraveling the fabric of space-time. Black holes, which rely on immense gravitational pull, would cease to exist, releasing vast amounts of energy and matter into space. This cosmic chain reaction would challenge the stability of the entire universe, potentially leading to its disintegration. The fate of the moon and tides. Without Earth's gravity, the moon, which is held in orbit by our planet's pull, would drift away into space. The moon's gravitational influence on Earth is responsible for tides, a critical component of many marine ecosystems. With the moon gone, tidal systems would cease, disrupting coastal habitats and marine species that depend on tidal movements for feeding and reproduction. The moon also stabilizes Earth's axial tilt, which governs seasonal changes. Without this stabilizing effect, Earth's tilt could fluctuate wildly, causing erratic and extreme climate shifts. Over time, this instability would further contribute to the planet's uninhabitable conditions, turning Earth into a chaotic, lifeless sphere. Effects on space-time and the universe. Gravity is more than a force. It shapes the fabric of space-time. The absence of gravity would mean the warping of space-time, as described by Einstein's general theory of relativity, would cease. Celestial bodies like stars and planets would lose their ability to bend space-time, leading to unpredictable movements and potentially catastrophic collisions. The intricate balance of forces that govern galaxies would be disrupted, causing stars to scatter and galaxies to lose their shape. Massive structures like galaxy clusters and superclusters, which depend on gravity to hold them together, would disintegrate. The universe, as we know it, would transform into a chaotic and unstructured expanse of matter and energy. The impact on black holes. Black holes, the most gravitationally intense entities in the universe, would cease to exist if gravity stopped working. These cosmic giants depend on immense gravitational forces to trap matter and light within their event horizons. Without gravity, the concentrated matter inside black holes would be released, dispersing across the universe. The sudden disappearance of black holes would also release the energy stored within them. This uncontrolled release could generate bursts of radiation and shock waves, disrupting nearby celestial systems. The absence of black holes would fundamentally alter the evolution of galaxies, which often form around supermassive black holes at their centers. The end of the universe as we know it. Gravity is one of the four fundamental forces that maintain the universe's structure and function. Its absence would signal a complete collapse of the physical laws governing the cosmos. The delicate balance between gravity, electromagnetism, and nuclear forces would be disrupted, leading to the dissolution of matter itself. Atoms, held together by the interplay of these forces, might disintegrate, reducing everything to elementary particles. Stars would no longer undergo nuclear fusion, extinguishing all sources of light and heat. Over time, the universe would devolve into a dark, lifeless void, marking the end of all known existence. If the thought of gravity ceasing to exist leaves you in awe, now is the time to explore the mysteries of our universe further. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel to uncover more scientific phenomena and their implications on life, Earth, and the cosmos. Let's keep the curiosity alive and venture into the wonders of science together.